This recap is The Renaissance, presented by Team Athena. Team Athena is actually a Dallas-based all-girls hip-hop performance and competition team. They recently won World of Dance in Houston, so congrats to those girls. This was actually the second edition of Team Athena's The Renaissance, and this year it consisted of 2 days. On the first night, there were preliminary battles that consisted of 2v2 all styles and 1v1 breaking battles. These preliminary battles led up to the selection of top 4 for each category. Then the top 4 were featured on the next day, which was the showcases. I unfortunately did not make it out to the battles, so there won't be any footage of the battles featured in this video. However, I did make it to the Saturday showcases, so this video will be featuring my experiences of that day. The Saturday showcases took place at Gillies Southside Ballroom. Maybe it is also pronounced Gillies, I am not entirely sure. The event took place from 5 to 10 p.m. It was a beautiful venue with ample amount of space, tons of seating for the attendees. There were also 2 bar areas where people could go and enjoy a beverage. The giant space really made it comfortable for you not only to sit and watch the show, but you could also stand, hang out at the bar, stretch your legs, have conversations with other attendees, all while feeling like you could still participate and take in all of the action. The audio system was exceptional. There was no real issues with it. Definitely this venue is set up to host some amazing performances, as you can tell. You also got wristbands, so if you wanted to leave the premises for whatever reason, you could freely return, which is a big bonus when they don't really serve any food on the premises. In addition, there were also sponsors to the event that had booths in the back, and this allowed attendees to be able to interact with those vendors and sponsors. The showcase was filled with local acts and also out-of-town acts, including teams from Austin and San Antonio. I will say that the 2 hosts did a really good job of really keeping the energy and keeping the audience engaged in the show, and it was a pleasure to watch them. It was a really good mix of solos and bigger groups. The energy of the entire show was curated really well with a nice mix of a good up and down kind of energy, clearly choosing acts with a more powerful impact at certain parts of the show. The showcase was divided into 2 halves or acts. There was 12 performances in the first half and then about 12 performances in the second half. In the middle there was a break and intermission, which also featured a singer-songwriter set of a local Dallas-based artist. Then it was time for the battles. This occurred after the break and intermission and also after the singer-songwriter set. The top 4 from each category that was selected the night prior were then showcased to determine the final winner of each battle category. During this time, there was also the judges showcases. There was 3 judges in each category, and each of them were able to flaunt their stuff to be able to show why they were picked for the job. And I will say that one of my favorite portions of the evening was the battles themselves. There was some fire moments, and also the crowd was totally into them. Great job to the host for getting everybody up and out of their seat, but it really didn't take much because these battlers brought it. I'm just sad to say that I didn't catch more of those moments of the battles themselves, and I also sadly did not get any footage of the breaking battles. After the battle winners were chosen for each category, the show continued on to the second half of the performances. The second half, just as much as the first, was curated well to have a nice mix of performances with varying levels of energy. At the end of the entire set was the hosting team's performance, Team Athena. They had a phenomenal performance that really brought down the house. It was clear to see why they took home the win in World of Dance Houston. And the entire evening ended with some excited thank yous and gracious sentiments from Team Athena themselves. And there was also an after party at a different location elsewhere, which all performers got in for free and all others just had to provide a $10 cover. this is the part of the video that I will now be providing ratings for the venue, the overall guest experience, the quality of the event, and the timeliness of the event, which would then all add up to get an overall event rating for a nice average. I'll rate the venue as a 5. It was very comfortable. The venue itself was pretty easy to find. Parking was ample. There are a lot of other venues nearby. The bathrooms were in great condition. There was no food on the property, but the option to go get it elsewhere with the wristbands provided a nice option. Regarding the overall guest experience, I would give a 4.5. Like I said, it was a very comfortable venue. There were options for drinks for people to enjoy. The seating was ample. There was standing and dancing room. The only suggestion that I could think of that could improve the overall guest experience was providing some sort of signs or posters to display the showcase order of the evening. This would have been helpful for the audience to know when certain acts were performing and just the overall order of things. So in case they did leave the premises, then they could come back on time to support their favorite team or performer. For my rating of the quality of the event, I give a 5. There was a full roster of performances with a great mix of local and out-of-town acts, solos, and group performances. I really enjoyed the battles in the middle, and also the bonus was the singer-songwriter performance right in the middle of the showcases. For the timeliness of the event, I'd rate a 3. There was unfortunately a big gap between the battles starting after the singer's performance, which was a little bit of a buzzkill regarding the momentum, and also for the audience, it kind of caused them to lose sight of what was happening next. No one got on the stage to facilitate the transition, so it did feel a little awkward, and it was also a bit long as a spectator. But I did feel that the battle host, when she got on stage, really did a great job to amp up the energy again. So this brings me to the overall event rating, which is a 4.5. The event overall was really high quality. There was just a few things that kind of left the audience in the dark about what was happening. Providing a show bill of some sort or posting a lineup, and also facilitating the transitions between the battles and the showcases to be a bit smoother would be a big thing to improve on for the next year's edition. But overall, the event was really great, high quality, and it was really enjoyable to watch as a spectator.
Y'all give it up for Team Athena!